Something interesting hit the timeline for me the other day, boys, and no, it wasn't a big pair of honkers for once. It was instead an avatar fighting game. Now, when it comes to Nickelodeon and fighting games, these guys don't exactly have the best track record, you know. I think that one Multiversus game that they had, that washed ass game, I don't even think is with us anymore. That shit is lost media right now. And for good reason too, because that game was some hogwash, and I don't even know what that means. But anyways, it seems like they're having another go at the whole fighting game thing, and to be honest, this looks a bit better than Multiversus, mostly because this is an actual 2D fighting game, as it says in the title. Guys, I think this is a fighting game. So let me get this out of the way. Before this game comes out, they need to adjust the grounded movement animations because it looks stiff as fuck, I cannot lie. But I'm not going to harp on too much about that because I'm aware that that is more than likely my own OCD speaking for me. However, aside from this, game looks sick, I cannot lie. The main thing here is character movement. Character mobility looks cracked in this game. Look at this bald idiot flying all over my screen right now. What is he doing? This game looks to have air dash as well as attacks that seem to be made for mobility purposes only. And this isn't only Aang that's doing this. I'm not sure if every character is going to have the ability to do all of this, but in the trailer, Zuko was also doing this kind of nonsense. So to me, this isn't going to be a thing that is going to be given out sparingly, but that is just my big brain 200 IQ assessment that is objectively correct. Now, Katara. I think this character is called Katara, right? Oh, Korra. Bro, all these waterbenders look the same, bro. And I don't care how racist that sounds. Now, Katara is a character that wasn't showing off any of this super crazy mobility like Aang and Zuko. However, she was doing some shit, bro, which is very in character because this is a fuck-ass character.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't. But I've considered it.
She has a parry. It looks like a standard 2D parry where you don't necessarily get a follow-up depending on what you parry, but you obviously get advantage. I'm just saying this isn't like a Tekken parry. You're going to have to parry every hit that is coming your way, you know. And I don't know about you guys, but this looks clean as hell, bro. I'm not gonna lie. When I see a new game, right, that isn't like a mainstream fighting game like Street Fighter or Tekken or even Guilty Gear, I am like anti-glaze. I go into these games super skeptical because if I don't, I end up spending £100 on garbage like Sparking Zero, right? No glaze, this parry looks smooth as butter, bro. I am a fan. I can't lie. I am a fan. I imagine literally everyone in existence missed this, but it also looks like Aang has some type of parry as well. It was just very subtle and it looked like it barely acted as a parry, to be honest. I don't really know what else this could be though. What I am not necessarily a fan of is Katara or Korra or Slut, whatever her name is, whipping out stance mix-ups because that's what I'm going to assume is going on here. She does this slide, which she was also using as mobility before, but this version looks enhanced because of this little blue glow. You can kind of see it if you look closely. So this might even be an EX version of the move, which would suggest that this game has some type of gauge or meter, which, you know, it's a 2D game, so it probably does. But she goes into another move from this. Now, I don't really know why you would show off this particular interaction if it wasn't doing something crazy. I don't think this is a thing where it's like, look, Katara has an approach tool and she did a move. Like, I think something is at play here. Or maybe I just have PTSD from Tekken 8 and constantly getting 50-50. Who knows? You tell me, guys. This game just looks to have all of the good 2D fighter shit. Like, this is a fighting game. This ain't no Daffy Duck Scooby-Doo showdown, bro. This is a you will catch these hands brutally kind of game for sure. And thank God, bro. This game has some type of crushing system as well, as you can see here in the first second of the gameplay. I don't really know what this is called in 2D fighters because there are moves in Street Fighter that do go over crouches, like highs go over crouches in Tekken 8, but highs and mids aren't a thing in Street Fighter. So like, is there an actual name for these type of moves, or like a mechanic or something? Like, I genuinely don't know. It's something that I've been wondering for ages and just never asked. And of course, this game has supers, and they're like full-on cutscene supers, bro. A lot of effort seemingly went into this. I like the way that they're animated as well. It's pretty cool, where it's like it remained 2D, but like it's still like I don't know how to explain this, bro. I don't have a college degree in dick suck. It looks cool. I like it immensely. Very hype. Very cool. Another thing that I like about this game is that I think it is abundantly clear that this game is following the Tekken theorem, or what I like to call the Tekken theorem, where we are going to give our characters a bunch of strong attacks which in a vacuum seem very cringe and oppressive until you take into the equation that your character can move. So, in Tekken, you would be able to backdash and sidestep, etc. In this game, it looks like you can move around stuff very well, very easily. Following the Tekken theorem is a recipe for a good game. A good movement system in a fighting game can honestly carry the game genuinely because it turns the whole thing into a clip, bro. Like, what we're seeing in this trailer, if someone did this in a real game, that clip is going on Twitter within the hour. And everyone is going to be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh, you got cooked. Oh, you get off the game, bro. Good movement is never a bad thing in a fighting game, and I wish more games kind of went in that direction. Games like Street Fighter and other big games like that, they're kind of set in stone, like the core of how their game plays. Like, of course new mechanics get introduced which changes the gameplay slightly, but the core gameplay, how you play neutral and stuff, doesn't change too heavily. That's the case for most multi-work games, right? I'm kind of yapping, but good movement equals good game. And it's mostly because when you have the ability to move well in a fighting game, you can give characters these really strong, powerful attacks, which are fun to use that under normal circumstances would be really broken, but when you have the ability to just weave around things, they just become fun attacks. Bro, I'ma say this forever. Just follow the Tekken theorem, bro. And one more thing that I like about this game, from what I can see so far, these guys did not follow the hype of tag fighters. Tag fighters are so overhyped, it's insane. More overhyped than this. I don't know why people keep making tag fighters genuinely. Like Invincible Versus, Marvel Tokon, 2XKO, all tag fighters. Why? I never understood this. Who is out here asking for tag fighters, bro? Literally the most annoying subgenre within fighters, bro. Like, I don't want to learn tag combos. I don't want to learn what every character's assist does. I don't want to switch off my character, which in hand would make me have to learn another. I probably don't want to learn as well. Plus, it really takes away from the 1v1 aspect of fighting games that I enjoy. Tag fighters really feel that they were just made for kids with ADHD, bro, which is kind of ironic considering I literally have ADHD and I hate them. But we move. Thank you, Avatar, for not being a bot-made game. Truly. Unfortunately, there's only like 2 minutes of overall footage for this game, so there isn't really too much to talk about. However, I will add that there is 2 minutes more than we have for Virtua Fighter 6, which is a game that got announced like a year and a half before this game. So yeah, if you liked the video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, guys. Shut